Hello there and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to talk to you about meeting a task with positive energy whilst enjoying the beauty of this lovely garden. This is Way's Garden in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, located at the corner of West 4th Street and Maynard Street, directly across 4th Street from the Thomas Tabor Museum, which is the home to the Lycoming County Historical Society, along with the Lycoming County Genealogical Society's library. And if you haven't checked out that video, I'll link it down below. A quick history about Way's Garden. In 1855, a gentleman who was not called Way, but was Robert Ferries. He was an engineer on the Pennsylvania Canal. He built a palatial house. It is considered to have a number of different architectural styles, and you can judge for yourself by this photo, which is hopefully showing on the screen as I speak, that it has some Victorian, some Moorish, castle-like crenellations even. After only about 10 years of living here, the Ferries family sold it to a family by the name of White, from which it got its name White's Castle. No relation to the hamburger company, White's Castle Hamburgers. Let's see, I think the White's family owned it for a number of decades. So I think it was built in 1855. The White family bought it in 1866. And when they wanted to sell it in the early 1900s, it sat vacant for a while, so it was kind of going downhill. So a gentleman by the name of J. Roman Way, who happened to live across the street in the same location where the Thomas Tabor Museum is, decided to buy the property and demolish it. So sadly, that house was razed in 1913. He put a stipulation when he decided to give the land to the city of Williamsport that it be kept as a park. And over the years, it has had many iterations of such a park. I think today is one of the most beautiful days to look at this beautiful garden. If you've seen my last couple of videos, you know that it's been blasted hot here in north central Pennsylvania. And yesterday and today we had a reprieve from the heat. So what better way to spend a lovely day than to look at the beauty of a garden. Here we are at the entrance to Way's Garden, which is, as I mentioned, on the corner of West 4th Street and Maynard Street. And you even see it says 1913, which is when the garden was, what would you say, started? I'm going to turn slowly so that you can see. Across the street is the Thomas Tabor Museum. Across this street is a cute cafe called Backhouse Cafe. So if you're coming to Williamsport for the Little League World Series, which is coming up soon, you might want to come to Way's Garden and the Backhouse Cafe. never taken the time to sit in Way's garden.
Oh, sorry.
So this is really nice. I've always wanted to sit underneath of this pergola on these nice benches. When you're filming in public locations, you have to wait for the people to go by you. So, anywho, regarding the topic of positive energy, the other day I had to play a tennis match, and I play a doubles tennis match, which means when you have to schedule a tennis match, you're dealing with the schedules of 4 different women. So this particular match had already been scheduled a number of weeks ago, and the opposing team canceled it for various reasons. And my partner and I were a bit put out. We had also played these people last year, and while they weren't unfriendly, they weren't exactly warm. So when I went to the match the other day, I had all of that going on in the back of my head. The lack of warmth last year, and the super inconvenience and not necessarily polite way in which they had canceled this year's match. And we had to reschedule and play in the heat of summer. But I said to my daughter as I was leaving that night, I said, you know what, even though all of that's going on, I'm going to go to the match with the spirit of positive energy and see what happens. And so before we'd even started playing, one of the opposing members started telling this story about how they had a team that they needed to play and they had to reschedule, and the people wanted to play at 8 o'clock at night. And I said that was me, and laughed about it as I said that. And you could tell she was taken aback. And she said, "Oh, I haven't been able to keep track of all of the people that we're communicating with via text message." So what happened was, when they had wanted to reschedule, at first it was because it was too hot, and I said we could play inside. The second reason was that they needed to go and pick up a vehicle in another town, and I said we could play when you get back. And so we ended up playing the match, and you know what, there ended up being a warmth and a camaraderie, and I really enjoyed it. It turned out that the opposing team ended up giving me some really helpful tips on my serve with a really nice attitude. I offered them some of the ice cubes that I brought because I packed those along on a hot summer's day. And by the time we ended, I just had such a good feeling about playing them. So when I got home and my daughters asked me how it went, and I said, we won and blasted hot. And the best thing is that the whole experience went really well, and I'm going to credit it to my attitude and going there in the spirit of putting out positive energy into the world. To which they laughed, and I said, it's a life lesson for all of us, isn't it? So tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about Way's garden, and if you've had any experiences lately where you have noticed a time where you have purposefully put out a positive attitude towards something that maybe you would have tended to be grumpy towards, and you saw the fruit of that. You saw positive energy, something good coming back to you. Let me know in the description. Let me know in the comments section. Well, here's your outfit of the day. I'm wearing a hat that I got from Target about 10 to 12 years ago. My silver hoops that I bought from a gift shop in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania about 20 years ago. My pearl necklace for that ba-ba-ba-boom. And just a navy t-shirt, I think is from Gap. And these jeans I love. I think they are Ann Taylor. And I like the way that they have pockets on the back. They're very comfortable. I like the cut. And this jacket was a hand-me-down from one of my sisters-in-law about 20 years ago. And then my plaid Trey Torns, which I can't actually remember if I've shown my plaid Trey Torns in a video before. But you know what I was thinking earlier is that if I'm going to have anybody sponsor my video, it should definitely be Trey Torns. I mean, come on, how many times have I talked about Trey Torns in these videos? bird. Look at this beautiful conifer. I have no idea what kind it is, but I'm going to try to find out. I just have to show you this. This is the shed where the volunteers who take care of the garden keep all of their supplies. And a local artist painted this, the backside of the shed, in this beautiful kind of summer motif. And I understand that they're going to paint all 4 sides representing each of the 4 seasons. So that'll be great. Well, let me see. Does it say who did this? Oh no, it says, in loving memory of Belinda S. Gupta Stuttgart. That's lovely. It's so pretty. Looks like they collect rainwater. The parking lot. And you can see that it is just full of glorious, very tough perennials that just makes this spot that would normally just be really just gravel shine because of all the beautiful perennials. Oh, this is going to be pretty when it's in bloom. Smoke bush, which I'm dying to have a smoke bush in my garden. Isn't that beautiful? Really beautiful. The way it's moving. Moving in the breeze. Goodbye, Ways Garden. Thanks for watching. You take care.